Here's Brody Brazil.
So now it brings the question of somebody else is going to be mayor in the city of Oakland starting in January 2023. I've talked to Sheng Tao. I've talked to Lauren Taylor. They're not the only ones, by the way, to be quite clear, but they are the biggest two front-running candidates. I think they're both favorable of the project. That being said, I see one that I think wants it easier and more and wants it to go smoother. And I'm not saying one will do the right thing and one won't. I'm just saying that one is just more angled towards having the project become a reality. I'm not going to go much farther than that. I'm not endorsing anybody, but this is an interesting race. And look, there's a lot of other issues on the table for the city of Oakland. Let's be very clear about that. But in terms of this one slice of pie, two candidates who, again, I think are similar in their background of what they want, but maybe one's going to be more hands-on with it. So what's your take on the next mayor?
I agree with that. I've actually done the same. I spoke to Lauren Taylor. I spoke to Sheng Tao. I spoke to Treva Reed. And
that's another. There's another.
Reed has now kind of jumped in the camp with Taylor on the ranked choice voting 1-2. So she's almost already conceded. And if it is a two-person race, to me, I think Sheng Tao is very fair about things. I think she recognizes that if she just comes out and says yes to Howard Terminal, no matter what you give me, that's a horrible negotiating position that nobody should take, right? Right. So she's being very pragmatic about it, but she's also being very fair. And I think Lauren Taylor is obviously very clearly in support of the project because he sees the benefits that it could have for the city of Oakland. But at the same time, all these city council members that are currently there, those two, Tao and Taylor, are both city council members currently.
Right.
They have been looking at this the whole time, and they know where the lines need to be drawn. I mean, nobody, even if Lauren Taylor is very in favor of the project, again, nobody's going to vote yes if it's a bad deal.
Right.
That's the bottom line. And I think they've learned the hard way from the Raiders, which we were just talking about when they built Mount Davis. They're still paying for that monstrosity. And even in the Raiders last year's, they had it tarped off. It's ridiculous. They're not going to make a deal like that again. And so they're doing a good job being gatekeepers, and you can still be a champion of the project while being a gatekeeper. I think, honestly, both the candidates would be a good choice for mayor. I'm not going to endorse anybody. It would be unfair, honestly, for me and Livermore and you and Danville to endorse anybody. But obviously, this is a big story that we cover. We cover the A's. The A's are in Oakland, and we've spent pretty much our whole lives there. So we can talk about it, obviously, but we're not going to make any endorsements.
Well, and to be fair, I want to say this. Both candidates, I think, would be good for the project. Like they've both said that they support this. They'll do things to make this happen. We're not saying, there's, a high contrast here. Maybe there's just a little bit more of a, like I said, polish and angle towards making it happen.